and welcome back to my channel. Bevvy with Beth is still what it's currently called. I am Beth and my focus for this video is PCOS, and I have a history of a couple of years of videos, more kind of like talking head, talking about the research that I've found, some of the experiments that I've done to improve my own health, some of the products and supplements and routines and things that I've used to try and improve my health. And now I want to kind of continue that. I want to get back into refocusing on my own health after the past couple of years that I've had have been a little bit rough, and the focus on my health has like gradually gotten less and less. I want to talk about eventually some of the things that I did manage to maintain to kind of keep it as positive, but also there are a lot of things that I have let slide that I want to pick back up, and then there are other things that I found long term didn't work. So I want to talk about those things, what didn't work and why I've let it go, or what I've used to kind of replace whatever I was doing at the time. So my content's going to shift now into more weekly vlogs where I talk about my life and what I'm doing and how I'm handling things, but with PCOS as the focus. Like, what is it like to live day to day with PCOS? How does that impact the decisions that I'm making, you know, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, and how I take care of myself. So I'm hoping that will give you a kind of more practical view of, okay, we've got all of this stuff that we've learnt, we know how we're doing all of, you know, what we should be doing, but how do we actually put that into practice? So that's kind of the plan for these videos, is to talk about my everyday life with PCOS as the focus, to try and help and encourage you guys to improve along with me. So I have released this on the 1st of January, hopefully, that's my plan anyway, for 2025. And it's because I hate the kind of like, oh, it's a new year, it has to be a new me kind of mentality. But at the same time, January happens to be a month for me where I am doing a big reset. So I actually lost my day job at the beginning of December. I've given myself the month of December to kind of recover from that. I was paid out of that job, luckily, so I had the finances to kind of take a bit of a break. I didn't want to start a job right at Christmas time, and I was completely exhausted and worn out from the battle that I'd been going through for like 6 to 8 weeks at the end of that job, and I just didn't have the mental capacity to be like, okay, let's go and find a new job straight away, mostly because also I need to find a new place to live as well. And so new house and new job at the same time, no, I cannot do that. So I put everything off, and I had the month of December off. I ate terribly. I had very little routine. Thank goodness that I have had a dog. So my housemate that I was living with had a dog. I'd taken care of the dog for her for a bit, like I knew the dog, and then we moved in together, so I continued to help her caring for the dog, and then she moved out and couldn't take the dog with her at this time, so I kept the dog with me. And so fortunately that gave me like the routine, some of the routines that I needed, because I still had to take care of her. So I've had like morning routines and afternoon routines built around the dog that have really helped, but no food routines. Sleep's not been great. Now it's January, or it's going to be January tomorrow. I need to start getting my life back together, and so if I have to do that to make myself better so that I can get a job, then why not go the full hog and really focus on making myself better? And so I thought I could take you along on that journey and show you how that all starts, and then we'll get into, you know, how that continues, how when life settles back down again and I have got my routines and I have got a job, like how I get everything working. Try and start the reset before the 1st of January. I don't think there's any point in like living in chaos for 4 weeks and then being like, oh, it's Wednesday, let's change everything. So I tried to do a bit of a reset for myself, like leading up to this week, but I kind of started first by getting the house reset. You know, we've been slobbing around for the Christmas time. That was always going to happen no matter what I was doing. So the house got a bit upside down, so I've just been kind of tidying, cleaning, refreshing things, getting it all back to a normal state so that I can feel comfortable in my own house. And then I've started doing things like the exercise, whereas I've been taking the dog out obviously twice a day every day. I've not necessarily needed to like walk her very far. We're really fortunate where we are right here. We're very close to spaces where the dog can go out and run around. She loves playing fetch, so it's really easy for her to get a lot of physical exercise. And also all the sniffs from all the animals and other dogs and cats and things in the area, so she gets everything she needs and I don't have to go very far, which is lucky for those days when I really can't do anything, but hasn't been encouraging me to increase my health. So I've been trying to take her further afield so that I actually go on a walk and get some exercise in before we stand about and play with her in the field. So I've tried doing that as well, extending that exercise. And then of course one of the big things that I need routine in order to keep on top of, and that is taking my supplements. So I have 4 supplements that I take that are PCOS specific, and so those are the ones that I'd kind of like dropped off because they don't immediately make me sick. It's just that they help to maintain my health over the course of over the week as I take them. So although I was still taking my tummy tablets and my antihistamines, it was more like I start to feel symptoms, so I'm like, oh, let's go get my tummy tablet. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm scratching everywhere because I haven't taken my antihistamine yet. And I would take those and then I just couldn't be bothered to go through the extra effort of getting all those tablets out and getting them all sorted. And it's really annoying because it literally only has to be one time that I sort them all out and I set it all up for the week so that I only have to do that once a week rather than every day having to get all the tablets together. So I sorted that out for myself, so I now have my supplements every day. I'm also taking a couple in the evening as well. I was able to still get some relatively decent sleep, and I take my D3 at night as well, and I think that really helps with the depression side of it. If I'd have stopped taking that, I think I would have been a lot worse off mentally than I have been anyway. So that's all kind of like set up and ready for me to go. And now I need to sort out the kind of food aspect of it. Like I've let my breakfast slide, like I need for that to be as minimal on the carb front as possible. And I'm going to talk about kind of how I bring that back in I think for this next week. So next week's vlog will be a kind of how I'm improving my health with what I'm eating. I need to do a reset. I can't just be like, oh yeah, I've been eating like rubbish. I've eaten loads of sugar and tons of processed food, and now I'm just gonna not do that anymore. Like it's not possible. So there'll be like a week of reintroducing good stuff, slowly cutting out the bad stuff, and kind of how that goes. So that'll be the next week's vlog's focus. Hoping to do it in a much more gentle way where we're actually doing this reset over the month of January, and I'm taking the opportunity while I don't have a lot of day-to-day work to do to kind of like really focus in on that and kind of take you on that journey with me, and then we'll see what I achieve. So thanks for coming back, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy coming along with me and seeing how I get my year restarted.